Hey, today we're gonna talk what is REST really about and why REST API is not for everybody. Because here's what most people think about REST. If you perform HTTP call and it returns JSON, then yeah, it's totally REST API. And in this video, I'll try to explain why it's not true. Alright, so let's see what does Wikipedia says. RESTful web service allow the requesting system to access and manipulate representation of resource by using a uniform and predefined set of stateless operations. Okay, we will get back to it later. For now, let's just briefly walk through definitions of REST API. There are 5 RESTful constraints that you're probably aware of. First one is client-server architecture. Well, it's pretty obvious. You got client, you got server, client calls server, server responds. Easy as pie. Next is statelessness. Stateless means no client state stored on the server between requests. Each request from the client contains all data needed for server to respond, and the session state is held on the client. Next one is cacheability. Basically, it means that data passed between client and server may be cached somewhere in between, by some intermediate server or something. Layered system. Client doesn't know if it's talking to intermediate or actual server. It means that there might be some proxies or load balancers that can perform load balancing, caching, security, and so on. It also means that a server can call multiple other services to generate a response to the client, and client don't even know about them. As an example is microservice architecture. And that's where we could end regular video about REST, because most of self-called RESTful web services follow only these rules, forgetting about the final one, which is, in my opinion, is the most important, that separates RESTful web service from other type of services, and basically defines the concept of REST API. The last constraint is uniform interface. The uniform interface constraint is fundamental to design of any RESTful system. It consists of 4 sub-constraints, which are resource identification in requests, resource manipulation through representation, self-descriptive messages, and HATOAS, or hypermedia as the engine of application state. But instead of describing each of these constraints, I'm gonna show you an example. Let's say you have some resource like balance. You can get it from this URI. We call getBalance and receive JSON with amount 50. And in truly RESTful system, you will get links metadata that describes what actions you can do with this resource. In this case, it's withdraw and deposit. And you don't even need to predefine or hardcode these URIs somewhere. The resource itself provides you with needed metadata. And that's where a fun part begins. Let's assume that you need to withdraw $50. So we call post withdraw as specified in metadata. And now we're gonna check our balance again. And since we have no money left, the balance is 0. And the system provides you with the only actions that you can perform with this resource right now. And it is deposit, because you can't withdraw money anymore. Resource state has changed and changed set of actions that you can perform with this resource. That is what we call REST. As you now understand, this approach doesn't fit for every system. There are a lot of REST-like services that follow only basic principles, but in order to be purely REST, they need at least to hate us. HATOAS. So now you understand what REST is really about. Thanks for watching.